Who knows where you're at in your journey? Nope. All right, hey everybody, welcome back. So I wanted to talk today about 5 things I have learned in my first 4 months of blogging, and these 5 things are 5 things that if someone would have sat me down and just laid them out to me in the very beginning, I would have saved myself a lot of headaches. And so if you're considering building a website, trying to make money online, niche website building, if you've been watching Income School, the other people, and now you're exploring this, definitely just listen to these 5 tips. Hopefully they help you out. They would have helped me a lot. And so we will go ahead and jump into them.
5. Down and around with the flag on high. Every time it's number 5.
All right, number 5, hosting, right? Hosting is something that I don't think it's talked about enough. When I wanted to build a website, because I knew nothing about it, I heard WordPress was a good thing to use. So I literally Googled WordPress, start a WordPress website. And what did I get? WordPress.com. I clicked it, I signed up, and I ran with it. In hindsight, I would have chose a different hosting provider because WordPress.com has limited access to some of the back-end features that you will need to fix some things on your website as it gets more advanced and it grows. I've been watching videos on how to fix some things on my website, and they discuss things like the root file and PHP, and those are things when you're on a WordPress.com account you do not have access to. And it's fairly expensive too. So those 2 things alone, WordPress.com, your hosting matters, and I would say just do a little looking around before you pick your hosting provider. WordPress.com is not the only option out there.
4. Down and over and down some more. All straight lines, it's number 4.
All right, number 4, content quality. So you will hear a lot when you're building websites, just crank out content, and that is true. However, like everything, there's a caveat to that, and the caveat to that is, yes, content is king, but quality is queen. I don't know what we'll call that, but quality matters, right? So I was cranking out content in the beginning. I've now gone back and looked at those first month or 2 of content, and yes, I wrote over 1,000 words. Yes, I was hitting 1,500 words. Yes, it was relevant to the topic. And yes, I was cranking out a lot of content. But as I got better at keyword research, that put me into a world where I was looking at competitors with lower domain authorities who I was trying to rank against. And guess what? I found that a lot of them, were putting together more thoughtful content. And when I say thoughtful content, I mean like, say for someone, we're trying to answer a problem someone has. And so someone searches, how much should a sleeping bag weigh, right? So if I wrote an article saying, the average sleeping bag weighs 1.6 pounds, the lightest weighs, 1 pound, and the heaviest weighs 3 pounds. And here's why there's variations in weight. And that's stretched out over 1,000 words. Well, I go to the highest ranking number 1 spot competitor on that, and they have a table with every leading manufacturer's websites broken up into the season, the density, the manufacturer, and the activity would be used for, right? Backpacking versus truck camping. So really put together a thoughtful table that answers your consumer's question in a really 360-degree way. So they talk about materials and filament. They talk about average weight, lightest weight, and heaviest weight. They talk about the region you'll be camping in, the temperatures, the considerations, and then they give that very helpful table inside of it that really breaks everything down. And so if you're a consumer and you show up to my first article's website and just says, sleeping bags have different weights, here's what the lightest can weigh, here's what the heaviest can weigh, and here's what the average is, does it answer the question? Yes. Does it answer it completely, thoughtfully, hopefully, and have a consumer walking away going, dang, that was more info than I probably needed? No, it doesn't do that. And guess who's got that number 1 spot? The person who put out the content with the best quality. So, of course, other things matter, right? Domain authority, competition, lots of things you're going up against. But if you just take the content you're writing and you just crank out 1,000 words about a topic, sure, you might rank depending on the research and your competitor's domain's authority. But did you fully answer that question? Did you thoughtfully answer that question? And did you go a little bit of an extra mile on that 1,500 words to truly answer their question to completeness? Moving forward, I do that. Now I'm finding I'm going back and rewriting or fixing some of those other articles. So content quality is number 4. It does matter.
3. Half-rounded tree, half-rounded tree. Curve it, it's number 3.
Number 3, and this is the bane of my existence right now. It drives me insane. Permalinks. Why do permalinks matter? Because I have a website right now with over 80 articles and traffic is picking up daily. And guess what? I have the date structure in my permalinks.
Oh, man. First of all, you're stupid.
I know. For those of you who know, you just probably rolled your eyes or called me an idiot or threw your computer. Well, no, you didn't throw your computer. You get it, right? So permalinks matter. So I can have a website that says, trucks.com, and if I have an article about what's the best truck in 2020, a good website that will have evergreen content is going to say trucks.com/what's the best truck, right? What does mine say? trucks.com/11/07/2020/what's the best truck. And so the reason why that matters is because, this year, no big deal. It's a kind of an ugly permalink, whatever. But what happens when that consumer checks this in 2 years, when you should still be making money off that website? They're going to look at the SERPs, they're going to look at the search engine results on Google, and they're going to get a couple results. And let's say I'm in the top 3. Well, top 1, or number 1, number 2, let's say I'm number 1. Number 1 has best trucks, and in that permalink it says November 2020, and they're looking in 2022. And number 2 just says best trucks out today. Well, mentally they're going to think, well, I don't want to look at one 2 years old. I want to know what's the best today. So if you want to keep your content relevant and have that best chance of being clicked down the road and not just the year you write your content, change your permalink structure from the beginning. Now, I've talked to some people. I know this can be fixed, but the idea of it scares the heck out of me because I have to re-index with Google. I have to do a lot of work. And because I'm getting good growth that continues to grow, like every day this month is turning out to be great as far as how I'm getting hit from Google. Like they're picking me up more and more every day. It's awesome. However, if I think about re-indexing, it scares the crap out of me. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Again, learn from my mistakes. If you're starting out, permalink structure matters. You want your URL to be the name of your site / your article. Get rid of date structure in your URL structure.
2. Make half a heart, give it a shoe. Top to bottom, it's number 2.
Content schedule. This is something would have definitely improved my productivity, right? So it's very easy when you're writing a lot of content to take a day off, take a week off, or take a couple of days off. And the next thing you know, life is busy. You've got a lot going on. You turn around and you go, oh my God, it's been over a week. I haven't wrote an article. Or, oh my God, it's been 2 weeks. I haven't wrote an article. And that's easy to happen. You can get burnt out quick writing articles, and you can get busy with life forgetting about an article. And what I think matters in this business is planting money seeds early, because they will hopefully, if you've done it right, grow and pay you down the road. And so the longer it takes you to plant those money seeds, the longer it takes for them to rank in Google, mature, get picked up, and start making you money. So a content schedule, if you stick to it, say it's 1 a week, say it's 2 a week, if you pick up a program and a method to manage how frequent you put out your content and you stick to it and you're diligent about it, it should greatly help you ensure that you get those money seeds planted early.
1. Start at the top and down you run. One straight line, it's number 1.
All right. And number 1, everybody's favorite topic to love or hate, keyword research. Those of you who have followed what I've done so far know that my initial keyword research was not good. I was writing about popular topics. While popular topics are good because they get a lot of search results, a new website with a domain authority of 1, it's not going to rank. It's just not going to happen. I'm going up against DA 55, 65, 75 websites, so I cannot be competing with those websites on really popular topics. And that's what people talk about, things like long tail keywords, looking for content that is underserved, looking for areas within your niche. Who knows? If I'm doing a website about the favorite in this community is ballpoint pens, right? So if I write, what is the best black ballpoint pen? Well, I'm probably going to get some Google search results that answer that question with completeness, but by sites that have much more authority on the subject and that are going to rank much higher, and I will be buried in the SERPs on those. However, from what I've learned is if I niche those down and say, what is the best ballpoint pen for a left-handed cancer survivor who likes to work out on Wednesdays, I'm going to get that result. Now, not as many people are going to be searching for that topic, but you get my point, right? So if you change that down to what's the best ballpoint pen for writing on wax-coated paper, or who knows, right? So just narrow down and long tail out your keyword to get into more of a undercompetitive, underserved area within your niche. And then when that content ranks, because it doesn't have a lot of competition, you can then interlink that article to a more popular topic, right? So something you couldn't rank on. So then I'll take that long tail keyword that got that top spot, bringing in 50 people a month, and then I'm going to interlink to that really popular target I couldn't rank on. So I will take a topic and then link to the best ballpoint pen. And so now that ballpoint pen article is actually going to be seen through my interlinking on my website, not because it can rank in Google, because it can't. So keyword research is a huge one. Everyone talks about it. Everyone knows it. We all know it, but we kind of don't always follow it, and sometimes we get lost with it. So keyword research is something I think about every day. I'm about to get it tattooed on my face because it's just on my mind all the time. So to recap those, number 5, hosting. It does matter. Look into it. If you want something that's very streamlined, there are services that will do it all for you. But with that comes probably a lack of limited tweaking on your back end, and that matters. So look into your hosting. Don't just jump on the first thing you see in Google like I did. Number 2, content quality. Yes, you can write out articles all day long, but if the quality is not there, if you're not if you're not thoughtfully answering that search intent, you are not going to be ranking as high as you could, and you're not going to be keeping your customers engaged as much as they could, and you're potentially just costing yourself money. Number 3, permalinks. Get your dates out of there. Do it from the beginning so you don't have to be like me and try to re-index now and worry you're going to ruin your whole site. 4, content schedule. If you stick to a schedule, you eliminate or heavily reduce those opportunities to go a week or 2 or 3 without posting any content because life got busy. So stick to a schedule, make a schedule. I'll actually link below Chris over at Niche Safari. He did a great video on content scheduling and methods he uses, and he gives some options and some tools. It's great. I will link that down below. And then the king, keyword research. Do it. Focus on it. Live it, breathe it, get deep into it because it really does matter. And remember, when you're new, underserved areas, lower competition areas, yes, they equal lower search traffic, but you can then interlink to those popular areas and hopefully get that content seen. And that's where you can have other items that, link out and affiliates and make some money. So there it is. Those 5 things I've learned the hard way over the last 4.5 months. And I hope if you're starting now, you've learned something from this, you've gained something from this. And you will probably be passing me up pretty quick if you just take those 5 steps and don't do the dumb things that I did. So there it is, guys. I hope that helps you, and go out there and make that magic internet money. Bye.